Hey guys, long time no see. Pretty much got settled in. Thought I'd start doing some more videos. I've been trying to get on and watch everybody else's. It's still kind of hard to find time to watch even videos with work and trying to get everything settled, but finally calmed down a little bit. So got something a little bit different today. Some reference books for fans of DC. I got some illustrated indexes. Now, this first one, I wasn't real fond of this crossover, but this is a good book for reference, like if you like that story or if you just want to get the crossovers, because a lot of times the crossover books are better than the main series, and this is a good case in point. Anybody remembers this from the late 80s, Millennium? I like Joe Staton, but not on a big crossover. I like the stuff he did back in the 70s. He did the JSA, did a lot of Green Lantern stuff. Stuff he did for Charlton I was real fond of, but wasn't real crazy about this series. But this is a good resource, like if you want to find the crossovers. It kind of gives you an idea, tells you what the crossover issues are. Gives you a plot synopsis, characters. Just tells you a little bit about the whole thing. But it's a really good resource, like if you just want to get the crossovers, or you're trying to collect the whole series plus crossovers. But that's number one of that. There's number two. And this was published, it says ICG, Independent Comic Group, but I think it was actually, anybody remembers the Eclipse Comics from the 80s? I think they're actually the one that published it. Okay, here's the official Hawkman Index. And this is to the Silver Age series, the first series. Like I say, it's a lot of, here's issue number 2. Now it's got a lot of the old Silver Age covers. Like I said before, it's got the plot synopsis, any kind of relevant information about the series. I think towards the end, Atom and Hawkman got combined there. Really great series. A lot of good Joe Kubert covers. Has some Dick Dillon, Murphy Anderson art. And I think later on, it kind of just gives some different appearances, like in Showcase. And I think some later series of Hawkman. That's number 2 of that issue. Okay, here's official Doom Patrol. There's a great John Byrne cover. Again, this shows the early appearances, characters, Robot Man, Minto. Of course, this series started out as My Greatest Adventure. There's the first appearance of the Doom Patrol. And it has all the issues up until the cancellation in the 70s. Some guest appearances. Issue number 2. It's another great John Byrne cover. Excuse me. Okay. Here you have the official Teen Titans Index, number 1. And this starts with the Silver Age series. Number 2. And number 3. I think this actually starts covering the Marv Wolfman and George Perez run. Yeah. Here's a first appearance And DC Presents 26. And then it starts number 1 there. Of course, anybody that's read the Wolfman and Perez run on Titans know how great it is. So, and there we have number 2. It's actually the first appearance of Deathstroke. These are great books, but same as the other. It gives cover credits, the writing credits, story, feature characters, supporting characters, villains, incidental characters. So it's just, like I said before, a really good resource. There's number. Thought I had all. Yeah, that's all 5. There's number 4. And number 5. Okay, on to one of my favorite titles, Legion of Superhero Index. There's a great Curt Swan cover. Of course, he did the Legion for years in Adventure Comics. But this starts with the earliest appearance in Adventure 247 and goes up all the way through their adventure run. Number 2, it's another great Curt Swan cover. Okay, number 3, I think this is Jim Mooney did this cover, and he did a lot of work on the super titles, Supergirl and Superboy, some Superman stuff, Lois Lane. Another Jim Mooney cover, number 4. One of my favorite Legionnaires, Pharaoh Lad. And number 5, I think Richard Howell did this cover. Okay. And we have, they only made 1 issue of this, but it's one of my favorite groups, Justice Society. This is issue number 1. Like I say, it's got a lot of great stuff. I think it starts actually at the first issue of All-Star Comics. I think here's a good issue, DC Special 29. Neil Adams cover. It tells another origin of the JSA. Just a really great book. And here's All-Star Comics number 1. And I think it goes up through issue, probably just issue number 4. And of course, there's issue number 3. First appearance of the JSA. And that's the only issue that they published. I wish they would have done more, but okay. And here's my all-time favorite titles. Here's the index to Justice League of America. Oh, sorry, that was Crisis. Here's the first issue of the Justice League Index. Of course, this goes from the earliest appearances. Of course, Brave and Bold 28 and 29 there. It's just a great George Perez cover. I'd buy it just for that. But these books are like dirt cheap if you can find them. Issue number 2. Another great JLA George Perez cover. Number 3, I think this is by Stan Walk. Number 4, another Stan Walk cover. 5. I think this is Joe Staten did this cover. Number 6. Great Dark Side cover by Jerry Ordway. I think it's another Joe Staten cover. Number 7. And the last issue, this actually goes all the way through the original run JLA and kind of covers some other appearances like the digests and the Treasury editions. This is the last issue of that series, number 8. Justice League Detroit cover. Okay. And here is the official Crisis on Infinite Earths index. I want to do a shout out to Customer Bromstar. I know Scott, everybody's been enjoying his Crisis Expose series. But this is the official index to the 12 issues of Crisis. Another great George Perez cover. And here's one you don't see too often. It's the Crisis Crossover Index, which has all the crossovers, official and unofficial. Just some great stuff. Okay, these last 2 books, I just got them recently, and I've wanted them both for quite a while. I finally got them at a decent price. But this goes along with what Scott's doing with the Crisis Expose. And give a shout out to Tom at Hibby's Collectibles, because I know this is one of his favorite titles. So got a couple issues. Silver Age Green Lantern. Here's number 61. It's got a crossover with the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Great Gil Kane cover there. Great story. And Green Lantern number 40, which is the origin of the Crisis. Origin of the Guardians. You have a crossover with Alan Scott again. And anybody who read Crisis and JLA Avengers too, it's kind of goes along with that, because it shows where Krona is trying to find the secret of creation, and that's forbidden knowledge. So he gets banished. You might read Crisis, they know that part of it, and JLA Avengers, same thing. He's looking for the ultimate knowledge of creation. But this is just a great story, very key book. That's the only issue I have with this book. It's got a little creasing down here on the bottom corner, but otherwise it's a pretty tight book. But this one goes out to Tom, big Green Lantern fan. And that's all I got for today, guys, or for now. Thanks for watching, and all comments, questions, welcome, and we will see you next time.